This video is sponsored by Top Up Live.
Finally, Season 4 Gravity Abyss is officially here. Honestly, the new mods are what I've been looking forward to the most in this season. That's why I've been saving up and prepping my PT count since yesterday, specifically for the new Legendary Box mod. In Season 4, the devs brought back two major mods. First is Downstar, which is actually an old mod from the Season 1 Gravity event. And the second, the star of the show, a brand new mod called Aero. In today's video, I'm going to share my personal experience farming this mod, the trick to maximize your PT rate, and how to beat the new Riftwalker boss for maximum reward. So, without further ado, let's get into it. On paper, the percentage for both mods are actually the same. At level 17, both Downstar and Aero give you the exact same stat. But the way you active them is totally different. Downstar requires you to position higher than your target, but the Aero, it's way more flexible. As long as your character is airborne, even if you are just normal jumping around, the mod's extra attribute will trigger automatically. Personally, I totally go with Aero Mod. I mean, of course, you do have to jump around constantly during the battle, which honestly isn't really my style, or you can make this device that let you float in the air. For its activation extra damage, Aero is definitely the clear win. Broadly speaking, this Gravity event works pretty much like the Starfall event back in Season 1. Every single hour, a Gravity Abyss will pop up and last for 30 minutes. During these windows, gravity in some area drop heavily, making us feel like we are floating. But here is the twist compared to Season 1. Back in Starfall, the entire map got affected. But in Season 4, only specific area get hit. You can check your map and look for the area marked with the planet icon. That's where gravity goes out the window. So, we cannot just fly freely from one end of the map to the other anymore. I used to hang out a lot in the ocean area, but now it feels a bit lacking because the flying zone feels so restricted. And honestly, it feels like getting goats sometimes. You see the red gravity, but when you approach it, it's outside the area. And then automatically disappear and cannot be retrieved. It's annoying, right? Just like your crush, the moment you get close, they just disappear. Anyway, the gravity crystal you collect can be traded at the whale shop for awesome item. We are talking about mods from previous event, progeny, deviation, and bunch of other stuff. Now, beside the new Aero mod, armor mod finally got a shiny upgrade this season. But there is one thing that kinda confuses me. Unlike weapon mods where you can clearly see the progress to the shiny and even its PT counter, the armor mods still look exactly the same. Visually, nothing seems to change at all. It makes me wonder, is it supposed to be like this, or did the dev just forget to add the visual detail? What do you guys think? Since my main goal is chasing that legendary Aero mod, I'm focused on area with high drop rate. From what I've seen, your best bet for high level mod is IRL Hunt mod. If you manage to grab the full reward, the mod level range from 12 all the way up to 17. Well, maybe this is for the Mythics box, because the one I usually open are from level 9, which is the lowest. Well, I actually got lucky once and score a level 17 drop from this box. Once the Gravity Abyss starts, about 15 minutes, the Riftwalker boss will spawn, marked by a whale icon on the map. You can teleport straight to the location or just click the location shared by other player in the chat. But keep in mind, your daily box claim from this boss are capped at just 12 times per day. So mark my word, if your reward requirement bar isn't full yet, do not claim the box. It's a totally waste of your daily limit if the rewards aren't maxed out. To get that full reward, the requirements are simple but you gotta be fast. You need to dish out at least 50k damage and take down 2 elite enemies. The annoying part is hunting down those 2 elites because usually they get melted instantly by other players who are already standby. So, you have to be super quick and hustle to compete for those elites. Luckily, now we only need to deal 50k damage to claim the reward. This is great. I love it.
Looking to top up once human? Top Up Live is the place to go. They've got tons of games you can top up, including once human. Fast process, good prices, and most importantly, it's safe. It's super easy. Just go to topuplive.com or hit the link in the description. Pick the item you want, enter your UID, region, and server. Don't forget to use code JANE for a 12% discount. Then click Buy Now and choose your payment method, and you're all set. If you run into any issues, their customer service is solid and always ready to help. So whenever you think about topping up, just think Top Up Live.
As for my build, I'm personally rocking the SOCR for this Riftwalker boss. The setup is exactly the same as my minibus build that I covered in this video. The boss has unique mechanic with 4 health bars. Every time 1 bar drop, the boss gain a pretty massive damage reduction. That's your cue to get ready and head up straight to activate the device. Clear out the elites around the device first, then flip the switch. Once the device is online, the Riftwalker damage reduction drop and he get hit with vulnerability effect. The more device you have active at the same time, the bigger the vulnerability, the harder our damage hits, and the whole boss fight goes by way faster. Now, let's talk strategy for the legendary box. Take a look at your PT menu right now. If it's still, say, less than 1%, my best advice is to spam Forsaken Giant, FG, to speed things up. The reason is because in Forsaken Giant, it's much faster. You can definitely finish off the boss in under a minute. Of course, you can also do many boss, but since I want to be fast, I choose Forsaken Giant. Run it about 70 to 100 times just to get that PT percentage creeping up. To make sure you don't mess up, always check your PT counter after every 2 to 5 Forsaken runs. You definitely don't want your precious PT guaranteed getting accidentally popped and watched on Forsaken Giant, right? Which honestly makes me wonder, why didn't they give us an on-off toggle for PT? Like, whenever we are doing dungeon or whatever is that, the percentage keep building up, but we get the freedom to choose whether we want to use the PT or save it. Hopefully, the devs add a feature like that in the game. Do you guys think we need an on-off PT toggle? Let me know in the comment. Once the percentage hit 1%, that's when you start farming this Riftwalker boss. Every time you get a full reward from it, your PT percentage will slowly go up. Since it's kept at 12 times a day, and early on I missed a lot the full reward a few times, you know, I was still figuring out the new mechanic and my PT rate got stuck at 4% max. So I have no choice but to wait for tomorrow reset. And from what I've noticed so far, it's look like only the Riftwalker boss actually increase your PT percentage. I've test broken relic, the gravity integrator, which for some reason in this event circuit it's called UFO. I have no idea why it's called UFO, maybe because the shape is almost figure similarly, yes? But trying those give me absolutely zero increase in percentage. Or maybe I missed a step somewhere. If I do wrong, correct me in the comment. But one thing's for sure, when Riftwalker gets a full reward, the percentage definitely goes up. One more complaint, the reward system is a bit unclear. If you click on the whale icon, there is no legendary mode listed at all. Or maybe the mod reward is already automatically included inside the Mythic Abyssal Core. Maybe. By the way, have any of you managed to get Mythical Core yet? After waiting for a few days, my legendary finally show up, and that's even with a 6.9% chance. That's a lucky number indeed. But it's okay, at least I got my legendary box, and from the first legendary box, I might pick the bottom mod because I think Crescent is still fine for gloves. I also got a few other items like Abyss Essence, 11 in total. You need 15 to trade for a shiny, so I'm still 4 short left. I've also never got any mythic core. The highest I've ever reached is just a legendary. And have any of you got any mythic yet? Or maybe a Starfall legendary box? Let me know in the comment. And that wraps up our hunt for legendary Aero Mods. Just make sure your 5/5 PT box count isn't used up yet. And ensure your drop rate PT has crawled up to 1%. Because if it says still less than 1%, it's gonna take ages. Trust me. Anyway, has anyone got any shiny armor mode yet? I want to try the gacha, but I'm still short on coin to grab it. I know the result from this book is random, which is kinda annoying. But did any of you get lucky? Let me know down below. Hope this video helps, and I'll see you guys in the next one.